Hi there. Welcome back to the channel. Pretty clear message right now. You have something else to say. Either you or someone around you has something else to say. You're not quite done yet. Like, you have more to say. In whatever situation it's just like you're not done yet. You're not done yet. You have more to say. Take it however it resonates for you, okay? Don't forget that in these readings, not everything is going to resonate with you. Not every single tiny little detail is going to resonate with you. But even if one little bit does and it hits you and it's just like, oh, right, that explains it. Or yeah, that sounds like that person, that I encountered yesterday or something like that. Wow. It's this sliver of clarity. That was all you needed. So I don't know why I'm having to remind people about that, but it's almost about detaching from expectation or detaching from needing every single tiny little thing to make sense. There could also be like little slivers of information in here that will make sense later. So even if it doesn't resonate right now, if there was something in the reading that resonated with you now, maybe come back later too and watch it later. I was talking about, in the last reading that I did, about how we're outside of time and how, these readings are timeless and no matter when you see it, that's when you're needing it or that's when you're meant to see it. And sometimes you need to come back and review it again later. Just keep that in mind for whatever reason. It's like detaching from time. Detaching from the expectation of time. And it's interesting the way that it's coming out for me. The message is coming through for me. It's like coming through in real time as I play out my morning. Like I came on here, I recorded a reading, I posted it, and then I went to work. And I felt like I usually sit down here and I do a couple of readings at a time. And I felt like there was more to say. I felt like there was more there, but I was out of time. So I went to work and for whatever reason, I had to go in there, show up, get set. And then my first student didn't show up. And so now I have a spare hour and a half to come back here and do whatever I want to do. And I was like, oh, well, I want to come back on here and do some more readings. It's like the time was provided for me. It just wasn't in the structure that I had expected that I would sit down and just do one right after another. If you can surrender to the way things are laid out, the way things play out, and take advantage of whatever opportunity you have to expand time or take advantage of time, whatever spare time you have. It's like, okay, so for some of you, this is like saying something to someone and then taking a step back, having some patience, letting it not fester, but be absorbed, and then coming back to it later instead of just all the words, all the things, all the thoughts, all the emotions, all at once. I did a full moon reading just before this, and I feel like part of what's being released is a kind of anxious approach to a situation. Okay? Yeah, King of Pentacles came out. It's this need to ground yourself in reality, and it's almost like this panicked state of, I have to get it all out, I have to say all the things, I have to do it all right now. I have to do and say and be all the things right now. Otherwise, I won't be able to. It's like this over-explaining too. Let's see where else this goes. The last reading was about Divine Masculine. And I feel like for those of you that identify as Divine Feminine or have that be what you're drawn to, the readings that you're drawn to, the Divine Feminine in you is finding a safe space in a masculine world, in a masculine time frame. Wow, that is interesting. Like, and I'm just seeing this aspect of masculine as being linear, logical, grounded, measured, human, time, structure, those masculine elements. And I think that there's a part of the feminine that has been uncomfortable, feeling imprisoned by that energy for a long time and not being able to express what she wants to express or feels like she needs to, or her intuition, or there's this nagging kind of thing. And if it's like she hasn't been trusted, or you have been involved with distorted masculine energies that don't trust you, didn't trust your intuition, don't trust your intuition, haven't been able to be in a partnership where, and this includes bosses too, like bosses who are not flexible at all to your perspective and the way you see things, and having that be valuable to the input of the collective. It's just like this rigid, I know best, boss knows best, and period, end of story. There's no room for any kind of input otherwise. I feel like this full moon has been removing those kind of, there is a time and a place for some of that structure, but it's been so rigid and kind of narcissistic in your space. And so I feel like the full moon has been releasing some of that controlling kind of masculine energy. Now what you have to get used to is a more free-flowing, weird, like a structured, free spirit energy. That's like a, okay, I respect your free spirit. I respect your, I just heard floaty views and the way that you see and feel the things. Sometimes there's a time and a place for that, and there's sometimes where we need to infuse a little bit more structure in there, right? So, like, there's this balanced masculine energy that's coming in to help you, feminine, structure your emotions, your voice, the way that you channel that to certain areas. I think that for some of you, this is an actual, just the gender's fluid, obviously. You take it however it resonates for you. Feminine, when I talk about divine feminine, it could be a man. When I talk about masculine, it could be a feminine. You guys know this. But I'm going to use it as like there's a man coming into your realm, into your world. Either already there, already there, but you can't see them. Because the masculine energies that you and the men that you have been involved with, the history of them, the pattern of them, has left you war-torn, I just heard. And just in a state of resting. I feel a real drive underneath of this. Like, she hasn't given up. She will never give up. But she has reeled back because that pattern of men, that type of man, has exhausted her to a point of saying, I surrender. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this in the same way. Please help me to find where that pattern is coming from. Help heal whatever it is that keeps recreating this person, or what it is in me that attracts that kind of person. You have a pattern of a type of person in your life. And I feel like this full moon is a really important one for removing that pattern from within you. Just remember that you can't change other people. You can only heal yourself in the healing and growth that you continue to explore and seek really helps the world around you. So whether you think you're doing work or not doing work or just going within, that work is really, really important. But it's almost like needing to do less of the work and allowing someone else to help, the universe to bring in help, the universe to energetically help, your guides to help heal subconscious. There's something subconscious, a belief about yourself that is being healed. All of that is in that last message. I just heard thunder outside, so storm is coming. I don't feel like they're going to go very lightly. Any energies that need to have you in their realm in order to feel a certain sense of control, you not being able to be controlled anymore is very disorienting for them. So just stand strong. Just know that you're protected and that you're guided and that you're tired. 11:11 on my recording. You're really tired. And it's okay. This masculine is coming in and saying, can you let me take the lead? I got this for a little bit. Let me lead. This is like a continuation of that last reading that I did. But there's more here. There was something more that needed to be said. 11:33 on my recording. Now I'm having deja vu. Ooh, look at that. It's like this swirly whirlwind of faded energy. Faded? Faded. I heard faded and faded. The play on those two words. As something fades out, something fated can move in. I see Isis here, who is helping a very divine feminine energy in this sacred feminine, like guides and ascended masters and Christed feminines coming in to help remove those karmic energies. There's a very karmic masculine energy that's leaving your life, and it could be that they are affected by and shifting their own energy because they're affected by the shift in your energy. And it could be that they're showing up much differently. You create a boundary and they choose to show up differently. And it could be that another person, a different type of person, shows up in their place. So just keep that in mind. But there has to be this, I'm tired of this. Nope, I'm tired of this. Can't do that anymore. Whatever that is for you. There's also this feeling that feminine is tired of fighting against what is meant to be. You have been fighting against what's meant to be because this old pattern keeps coming back in and gives you like this old person, this old type of person, this personality, the same man, the same type of person keeps showing up over and over and over again because it's what you're used to. It's because that old pattern keeps showing up. And it shows up when you start to experience a new kind of energy, a balanced masculine, one that doesn't hide, one that isn't afraid of themselves, isn't afraid of being seen, is open to exploring the way that you are, and that's terrifying for that wounded part of you who wants to hide in the old pattern, this karma. She wants to hide in that karma because it's what she knew. You have been hiding from what is meant for you. And you're exhausted from it. That's why this surrender, this full moon surrender, it's almost like you've been energetically exhausted enough where you're just like, okay, help me. Okay. Help me. Do your thing. I appreciate it. So however that shows up for you in your life. It could be, a friend of yours that shows up. Someone who, man. Okay, so there's that old pattern is almost like waiting for savior, waiting for someone to save you, like always looking for those with a savior complex or something like that, and not looking inside of yourself. It's like being so tired you just want someone to do it for you, and the partnerships that are supposed to come in are the ones who also will do the things for you and with you, but there's a more balanced exchange when it comes to it. This old way is laced with addictions and escape and like those who have a savior complex to the detriment of themselves. And maybe you do too. It's that old pattern because you're so guarded, because you're so shut down from your own heart that you can't allow in divine guidance, divine help. This new energy that's coming in, when you surrender to the universe, it's surrendering to who you are deep down inside. And what it draws in, this faded energy, what it draws in is not a savior who will do it for you because you can't do it yourself. You are way more than capable of learning or doing, but someone who will teach you that it's okay to let someone, like, come out, stop hiding, and let someone do it for you. It's like the difference between you saying, oh, I just want someone to save me, and someone just showed up at my door offering to help and letting them. Right? Like it's attracted into your life. It's aligned in some kind of way and just shows up without you even looking for it. Surrendering to letting that energy lead you to you. This other energy over here was trying to take you away from you. This energy coming in wants to lead you to your own empowerment, to help strengthen you, to take some of the load off of you in areas that you shouldn't be carrying that load, in order for you to channel your energy into a different area, into your feminine, where you're supposed to be funneling the energy. Instead of this person coming in and taking over all the things because she is just like in prison and can't do anything anymore. It's like a new kind of, I just heard soldier, but someone comes in to help. It's a partnership. It's more of a partnership and less of a hierarchy. Someone who comes in to control. She's weak. She can't really do things like that. It's not like that. Okay? Queen of Cups on the bottom. He, they, whoever it is, allow you and help you to be in your feminine element and to let it channel by taking distorted masculine energies off of you, the things that you are not meant to be shouldering. These are like ancestral patterns and stuff like that. A lot of hiding. And this person says, not only do I want to see the parts that you're hiding, but I think we shine the light on what's underneath of that. Okay? Bringing the feminine out. I feel like it's this like recon mission to save the imprisoned feminine. if that makes sense. All right, that's what I got. Love you guys.